Season 5 is finally here, and with that comes 5 of the most overpowered class setups for you guys to use in this season. First class I want to talk about is the M4, because the M4 is just one of those guns that no matter what season you're in, it's just going to be good no matter what. So we're going to get into this one, and the first thing you're going to want to throw onto this class is going to be the 11.5 inch TH4 barrel. Now this one's great because you get that ADS speed and hip recoil control. The ADS speed is what we're mostly looking for on this one. On the tuning, we're going to put recoil steadiness up to 0.27, and the ADS, we're going to go ahead and max that one out to 0.40. Now it actually does max it out, which is great. Normally it doesn't, but on this attachment it actually works. For the muzzle, we're gonna go with the RF Crown 50, which is a little further this way, and I think there we go. The RF Crown 50 is amazing because it gives you horizontal and vertical recoil control. If you don't have this one unlocked, go ahead and throw on something that just gives you horizontal recoil control. You definitely want that. Vertical is a little easier to control, so something that gives you horizontal will be nice. But if you do have this, throw it on because it's really good. We're gonna put that recoil stabilization up to around 0.50, and then we're going to put that recoil control up to around 0.22 for this attachment right here. It's going to make this gun feel like an absolute laser. For the optic, we're going to go with the Cronin mini dot. Again, if you don't have it, slimline will work, but the Cronin mini dot, it's really nice on this one. You get that green dot. It looks pretty cool, right? That's why I use it. We're going to go for the ADS up at about 1.44. You could even go a little further, not further up to 2.58, and then we're going to set it all the way to close. I like it at close. This one you could set it to far if you prefer it at far. I just like close because it feels a lot nicer. For the stock, we're going to go with the Tempest P80 Strike for sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, and ADS speed, which is really good. But instead of actually tuning the bottom one, this one right here, we're going to leave it at 0. I can't really get it exactly back to 0, but we'll leave it somewhere there. And then the ADS is what we're going to throw up slightly to 3, not slightly, a lot, to 3.20, somewhere around 3.20. There we go. So that's going to be it for that one right there. And then the final attachment is going to be the SAKIN ZX grip for recoil control, which is nice. You could run the XTEN, but just know that this gun's going to have high recoil if you do throw that on instead. So throw on the SAKIN ZX grip. It's going to be really cool. The tuning on this one, instead of ADS, we're going to put the recoil steadiness up to about 0.50, and then we're going to put the sprint to fire up to anywhere between 0.15 to 0.25. If you could fit it somewhere there, it's going to look really good. So that's the M4 class, as you guys can see right here. Amazing class. One of my favorite M4 classes I've ever made. So definitely go ahead, use it, abuse it, and do what you got to do with it. Let's get into number 2. Next off, we got the ISO 45. The ISO 45, again, another great gun. It's an SMG, but it could play slightly like an AR if you put the right attachments on. Now, this class only has 4 attachments. You don't want to put the 5th one on because it's just going to make it too slow and stuff. So 4 is the sweet spot for this class. I don't normally make a lot of classes with only 4, but this one it is. So the first one is going to be the muzzle, and that's going to be the LACERTA, or whatever it's called. It's a hard one to find as well. So just scroll through, you'll find it right there, the LACERTA compensator. And this gives you that horizontal recoil control that you need to make this gun more balanced, so it's not shooting left or right or anything like that. It's going to feel a lot easier to control. And for this one, we're going to put recoil stabilization up to around 0.50, and then we're going to put recoil control up again to around 0.21, and that's going to feel nice right there. So I have 0.51 for recoil stabilization and 0.21 for recoil control, so it's really good. For the barrel, we're going to go ahead and throw on the 7-inch X-Raptor V2. Now this one's awesome because it gives you that ADS speed you really need. It gives you movement speed because this is an SMG. You're already fast, now you're even faster, and it gives you that hip recoil control, so if you are firing at the hip, it is nice to use. So definitely go ahead and throw that on. The tuning for this one, again, is going to be recoil steadiness up at 0.32, and then we're not going to put the damage range up. I feel like you don't really need to for this weapon, so I put the ADS up instead at around 0.20, 0.25, anywhere in between there, and you should be pretty set. Then for the final attachment, or the second to final attachment, we still need one more, which is the optic. The second to final attachment is going to be the COMMANDO FOREGRIP for recoil stabilization and aiming idle stability, and what we're going to do here is put ADS up rather than recoil stabilization at 0.50, and we're going to leave the bottom one as is. We're not going to touch that. And then for the optic, I'm just going to go with the Cronin mini dot because I like that a lot lately, but you could use a Slimline Pro, and again, we're just going to put that ADS up and close all the way. So here it is right here. This is the class that you guys have for the ISO 45. It's an amazing one. I really do like this. At number 3 on the list, we got an MP5 class that I was really shocked I didn't find earlier, and this one is probably the best MP5 class I've ever used. So I'm going to give you guys this one. It's amazing, and you will definitely go off on people with this. So the muzzle is going to be the spiral muzzle, which is, again, the muzzles are always one of the harder ones to find because there's just so many muzzles to use. So the spiral spiral V3.5 flash hider right here, which gives you muzzle flash concealment, but it gives you a nice amount of recoil steadiness, and it doesn't take away too much ADS. I think that's the best part about that attachment right there. The tuning is going to be ADS up at 0.30, and then gun kick control as well is going to be up at 0.30. So both of those right there, if you could get it to 0.30, you'll be set. I just had it and I'm off. There we go. We're right back on it. Next off is going to be the barrel, and for the barrel, what we're going to be using is the L38 Falcon 226, which gives us movement speed and ADS speed. This is actually really nice to throw onto this gun because it's an SMG. You want it to feel like an SMG. Now we're going to put that recoil steadiness up to 0.22, and we're going to put that ADS up to 0.20, and that's going to be it for that one right there. Next off, we're going to go ahead and throw a laser on, and we're going to put the ACCU-SHOT 5 megawatt laser, and this one's actually really nice because it's just one of those lasers that gives you more ADS and aiming stability, which is cool, but the ADS it gives you is awesome. The handling goes up a lot and the accuracy goes up a lot as well, so I would definitely use that on this one right here. And what we're going to do is put that sprint to fire speed, which is awesome, to 0.34, and that ADS speed we're going to throw up to around 41.82, so you should be set on that right there. Next off, we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw on a rear grip, which is going to be the Lockman TCG-10 for recoil control, because you are going to need some sort of recoil control on this weapon, otherwise you're just going to be bouncing all over the place. And we're going to put that recoil steadiness rather than ADS up to 0.78, and we're going to put sprint to fire speed, again, it's awesome that we get this, up to 0.36. And those ones, if you could try to get it on those numbers, it would be a lot better for you. And for the final attachment, we're going to go to the underbarrel, and the underbarrel is going to be the LOCKGRIP, which again, I hate underbarrels because underbarrels, I find underbarrels, muzzles and barrels have the most attachments practically, so they're just so hard to find which one's which. And this one is great because you get hip fire accuracy, so you can start shooting before you ADS, hit a few shots, and kill the enemy faster than he could even aim down sights. You got recoil steadiness and aim walking steadiness, which is good, but it's all about the tuning on this one right here. You want that hip recoil control to be up at 0.45, and you want that hip fire accuracy rather than ADS up at about 0.25 as well. So this is gonna be really nice. I always tell people, start shooting and aiming down sights at the exact same time. You press the L1 and the R1 or L2 and R2 trigger at the exact same time, and you will go off on people. So this is it. This is the MP5, the Lockman sub. I'm really shocked I didn't use this class earlier. I love this one a lot. At number 4 on the list, we still have the TAC 56. I haven't changed this class at all, so I don't need to re-put the attachments or anything, but this one is actually the best TAC 56 class in the game. You all know what it is. I'm sure you've all used this one right here, and it's just great on multiplayer as well. It's so nice to use, and it's just going to go off on people. So we got the 17.5-inch Tundra Pro barrel for damage range, hipfire accuracy, and bullet velocity. We'll go into the tuning for all of these in a sec. We got the FJX Fulcrum Pro muzzle, which is cool as well because you got vertical and horizontal recoil control, so that's awesome. Then we got the FSS Shark Fin, which only gives us aiming idle stability, the 5.56 high velocity for bullet velocity, and then the final one, which is the TV Cardinal stock for sprint speed and aim walking speed. So all these attachments don't look that great, but once you pair them together, it's awesome. And if you're playing ranked, this is one of the classes you want to use. Now, if you're playing multiplayer, we could go into the tuning, and the tuning is awesome. So for the barrel, you're going to tune it to 0.29 for recoil steadiness and 0.30 for damage range. If you could get it both on 0.30, even better. Might as well go for that. For the muzzle, the FJX Fulcrum, we're going to tune this to give us 0.34 ADS and 0.23 recoil control. So it's pretty cool. I mean, we get a nice amount of recoil control and a nice amount of ADS speed because it is an AR and it's a big heavy AR. You want some ADS on this. For the FSS Shark Fin underbarrel, we're going to go for ADS again at 0.31, and we're going to leave the bottom one as is. We're not going to touch it. We're not going to mess with it. It's good right there. For the 5.56 high velocity, hello cat, we're going to tune this one for damage range at 0.41 and bullet velocity at 5.52. And then finally, the TV Cardinal stock, we're going to tune this for ADS at 1.16 and aiming idle stability at 1.70. Now let's get to the final class on this list, and hopefully you guys like this one as well. This is an M4 class, and again, I haven't changed this class at all. I haven't used up this slot for another weapon. This is an M4 class that is built specifically for long range, but as you guys can see, it's going to be really good. So if you actually go ahead and use this class, it's really, really nice. You're going to hit those shots, you're going to shoot, and then it's going to bounce a little bit at the long range, but it's really, really accurate. The bouncing is more visual than anything. As you guys saw, I was able to kill the long distance one in just 4 or 5 shots really easily at that super long range. So definitely use this class. It's not even that bad up close, and it's pretty good at mid range as well. So I would definitely use it. it. So the barrel is going to be the HIGHTOWER 20-inch for recoil control, damage range, bullet velocity, hip fire accuracy. The tuning on this one is going to be 0.40 recoil steadiness and 0.30 ADS. If you could get close to those, that would be awesome. The muzzle is going to be the HARBINGER D20. I hope I said that right. People told me in my last video I said it wrong. I said HARBINGER. I don't know, man. I have no idea what it's called. You got sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. In the tuning on this one, the ADS is going to be at 0.81 and the bullet velocity is going to be at 0.65. Then we're going to move on to the ammunition, and the ammunition is going to be the overpressured 5.56. This is great. You give your enemy flinch. It's awesome, and it really works out nicely. For the tuning on this one, we're definitely going to go with damage range at 0.32, and we're going to go with recoil steadiness at 4.94, and it's going to feel really nice. It's awesome. If you're playing Warzone, put that bullet velocity up rather than recoil steadiness. Next off, we're going to move on to the phantom grip for the rear grip for sprint to fire speed and ADS. We needed to put something that gave us this on this class, otherwise it would just be way too slow. So for the recoil steadiness and ADS, I actually didn't touch it. I didn't need to touch it. And for the sprint to fire, I only put it up to 0.10, and it's really solid right there. Now if you really want more recoil control, you could definitely go ahead and throw that up to around 0.50 and you'll be set as well. It's going to make that visual recoil that I showed you guys earlier, it's going to seem a lot less, so you could definitely go ahead and do that. And for the final one, it's going to be the optic, and I'm running the SZ Mini. You guys can run the Slimline Pro, you could run the Chrono Mini Dot. I just like this one on this gun for some reason. It just feels kind of nice. And then the tuning is going to be ADS maxed out, and I didn't put close or far, but I'm probably going to set it to close right now because I just feel better at close. But that's it, man. That's the top 5 guns. If you guys are enjoying season 5 so far, let me know down in the comments below, what is your favorite weapon in the game? I want to know, man. I need to know because mine's the M4, man. Sub to the channel if you guys are new around here, and make sure to drop a like on this video as well. I would truly appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.